This is Nikki, and we're Bay Area Backstage, and we're here with Atreyu at Taste of Chaos, and I'm going to ask Dan Jacobs, the guitar player of Atreyu, some questions. So you're almost done with the tour right now. How's it been so far?
It's been good, you know. It's been like a long, almost 2 month long run, but it's been cool. Avenged Sevenfold, Bullet for My Valentine, real metal tour, you know. So it's been rad.
So what's it been like touring with the Avenged Sevenfold, another Orange County band? Do you guys get along, or is there any like rivalry at all, or?
Yeah. I mean, we've known Avenged for probably almost a decade now. I mean, since we've started and stuff, we've been playing together, doing shows around Orange County, and I don't know, just old friends, you know, known them forever.
After this, you'll be going to Australia, right?
With Bullet for My Valentine and Avenged again, just doing world tour with all these dudes.
Right, and then you have the summer Project Revolution thing. Are you looking forward to all these like tour dates, like constant touring?
Yeah. I don't know, especially getting to tour with Linkin Park and all that stuff. I mean, I don't know, I've always been a big fan, you know, and like that's one of the last bands we have left to like tour with that, you know, we wanted to really tour with, and I don't know, it'll be exciting. I'm looking forward to it.
Right. And then at the end of this month, you have the re-release of Lead Sails Paper Anchor. Why'd you guys decide to re-release that album?
I don't know. Nowadays, it's kind of like the thing to do, you know. Put it out twice, but the second time around, you just kind of fatten it up a little bit, kind of make it a little more interesting, a little more. I don't know, a few extra songs on there. I mean, one that we even re-recorded after the fact, you know, when the record was already done, so it sounds more like old Atreyu. We even got a couple covers on there. We did a Faith No More cover, a Descendants cover. I think there's even a video on there, a guitar instructional thing that I do that shows like a simplified version of how to play Falling Down. Um, I don't know, tons of videos, all this stuff, tons of stuff.
So, what would you say is your favorite song off the new album? Would it be "Blow"? I've read that, that's your song. You're the '80s metal guy. So,
Yeah. I mean, I just like the feel of it. You know what I mean? It's just got just the fact that it's got that old school feel, but without being too like dated or cheesy sounding.
what other musician would you want to collaborate with if you ever could on another Atreyu album?
I wouldn't mind getting a guitar player or two in there. I mean, somebody if I can get like a Brian May or or a Slash or somebody like that, somebody huge, just a shredder like a Zach Wild, you know, any of those dudes, you know, just to come in and put something down on there would be pretty awesome.
So I know you like all these '80s bands like Zach Wild and Slash. What would you say is your favorite overall like '80s band?
I couldn't put my finger on just one, you know, but like I'm a big fan of the Scorpions or I don't know, I really like Queen or Van Halen, stuff like that, Rat.
Right, very nice. If you could tour with any one of these bands, which one would you tour with?
Right now, I'd probably have to go with either. I guess right now, if I could do it right now, I'd probably go with the Scorpions, just because they have the most original lineup of all the bands that are left. You know, so it'd be pretty rad to see Klaus and all those dudes shred it up.
What's your favorite song to play live?
Um, I don't know. To play, I guess. I mean, like, you know, Blow is always fun to play, or Becoming the Bull has been really cool to play. Just because I don't know, kids get to sing along. But those two songs are good for sing along parts and stuff, and it's always cool to hear people singing your stuff.
Yeah, I heard the Long Beach show that there was a lot of kids there and they were singing along. Was it pretty wild a couple days ago?
Yeah. I mean, it's a little hectic because it's like the hometown show, and like everybody comes out, friends and family, and record labels, and sponsors, and interviewers, and radio stations, and everybody's there. So it's just a total clusterfuck running around and stuff. But yeah, it was cool though. It was a good show. You know, we had a good time.
So what can the fans know about the Atreus feature? What do you have to say about that?
I mean, just a lot of touring, you know. I mean, we've got, like I said, we've got, going to Australia with Bullet and Revenge, and we got Project Revolution coming up. We got a re-release. I don't know. We got some plans of stuff we might be doing towards the end of the year and even the beginning of next year. I mean, my whole life is booked for the next year pretty much. But yeah, I don't know. Just trying to keep busy, you know. Just keep out there, keep on the road, and yeah, keep rocking.
Right on. Awesome. Hey, this is Nikki, and I'm with Bay Area Backstage, and I'm with the founders of Rock Clothing. We have Dan Jacobs and his brother Joe, and I'm going to ask them about their clothing line. So, how'd you guys get started on this? Why'd you want to start a clothing line?
I mean, it was kind of something I've always wanted to do for a while. Just because, you know, being in a band and stuff, a lot of companies bring you clothes and stuff, and they want you to wear their stuff, and they give it to you for free, and you're like, oh, that's great. But I notice a lot of times, a lot of these companies don't have stuff where it's like, that's exactly what I would do if I made a clothing company, or if it was something that I, could have of my own. So I figured, be kind of cool to do my own thing. And my brother Joe decided, dude, like if you want, I could help out with this. Like you're gonna be on the road and stuff. Like this would probably be a really good time to do something like this. So we just started it up.
Nice. So, what about you? What do you think about this clothing line?
It's fun. Like I love doing it. I've always wanted to do something I enjoy doing. So, opportunity came into hand, so I took advantage of it. I mean, wouldn't mind working with my brother. So, I don't know. It's fun deal.
So you don't have any problems working together as brothers? Do you ever like no, this doesn't look good, or like I like this idea, or do you guys work pretty well together?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, I've lived with him my whole life. I still live with him now. We run a lot of our stuff. Our office and stuff are out of our house a little bit, and it just makes it I don't know, makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah, totally. We like trust each other, and so having some random dude come and like managing all our stuff, like it's my brother. So I don't know. It's a lot easier.
I mean, it's all based off like 70s, 80s, like old school style, like, rock t-shirts. Like if you were to go to a Boston show or a Eagles show or a Motley Crue show, like you get shirts that look like the dates on the back and the whole works. And I think those are so cool, and like that's so rare to find, and they're really expensive to go out and buy like, old school t-shirts. So figured we'd start making our own, like even like the one you have on, like we kind of took a band, it was a real band initially, and just messed with their faces and stuff and just tweaked it to where you can't even tell who it is anymore, and just made it into our own thing. And I don't know, it's kind of the concept of a lot of these things, it's just making it look like an old style metal t-shirt.
Yeah, definitely. Like that shirt's called the glam rock shirts. It looks like yeah, exactly. Straight to the point. Yeah.
So how'd you guys get into these bands in the first place? Was it your parents, or how'd you get into the '80s stuff?
I don't know. I mean, there's a couple. I mean, just from hearing Queen and stuff like that was probably one of the first bands, or even the band Warrant. I know just a dude brought a tape over to my house one time, and I heard it. And I was like, "Whoa, I never heard music like this before. Like this kind of like poppy metal stuff." And I don't know. I mean, it just kind of spiraled from there into Def Leppard and all these other bands, and I started craving it more and more. And not even just that, like the T-shirts. I just thought everything that came with it was so cool. It was like, why not do our own thing with something like that?
Yeah, he pretty much influenced me. Like he played '80s all the time, all day long. So it kind of grew on me. So now here we are, have our own line, the '80s line. So
I think doesn't one of your shirts have a guitar, and it's a bloody guitar? It's your custom ESP, right? I believe I've read that it was Nikki Sixx's guitar in the Dirt that you got that from, right? Or was that how it was inspired? Or
Yeah, there's that book, The Dirt. There's a picture in there where Nikki Sixx has a white bass that has blood all over his hands and all over the place, and it's not painted like that. He just has blood all over the place and stuff. And I was like, wow, it'd be really cool to have a guitar that looked just like that. That actually had like blood painted on there, and that was like the look of it. So and when I had an opportunity to make a custom guitar through ESP, that's what I did. And then I actually took a shirt which says Rock on it, has the guitar on it, and it's available exclusively through HotTopic.com or at select Hot Topics stores.
so can you just describe maybe the shirts that we're all wearing, or other shirts, like specific logos or designs, like what inspired you to make them?
I mean, a lot of it, like we actually have this book that I came up on that has shirts from the 70s all the way up to the 90s, like old band T-shirts and stuff, where you could just go through and look through the designs, and be like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like this one has a monster on it. I'm just gonna make my own monster and put a just put a castle behind it, whatever. Just so you take the basic idea and then do your own version of it. Nobody knows where it comes from, like nobody's gonna look at that and go like, oh, that totally looks like this old like Exodus shirt from 1980, whatever. Like most people don't even know, especially like a younger generation, or even like this. I mean, this is inspired by how many T-shirts, band T-shirts that you see that have the band on it. So I figured make a fictional band, toss them on there. This stuff, I mean, like I've been a big fan of like the whole, I don't know, a lot of Japanese influence stuff. I mean, I have a headband that I wear on stage. I don't know, we just kind of wanted to go with something like that, I mean, and have a white shirt, because a lot of this stuff is usually on black shirts, and we're like, we want to do something white, and on the white, black, and red, I like the colors, the way they work together and stuff.
And what about you? What inspires you when you help make these designs and logos?
well, I don't know, I like all the '80s bands. So I like try to take the like with the Rat logo, for example, make say Rock in Rat lettering. We have a shirt like that, or Def Leppard. That crazy like orange yellow font. Take the Rock lettering and pop that in there, and I don't know, from up close, it looks like a Def Leppard shirt, but it's actually a Rock shirt. So that's kind of cool concept.
Awesome.
Hey, we just want to welcome Bay Area Backstage to the Rock family. Bring the rock, guys.